Welcome back to the lab. It's like Thursday morning. Feeling pretty punished this morning. The long weekend is catching up and all the repairs on the car and trying to earn some money. We've got this in the back here. We'll take that into DTM / Top Town / Nexton. We'll have them on about a warranty claim. I mean, you totally... Sorry, it was just a door closing. You totally should be able to bang wheels into walls at 30k an hour and not have them break, eh? Do you reckon that's fair? No, that's all good. I'll just get him to pull that tyre off. Then I'll be going for a drive. Then I'll scrap the wheel, or maybe sell the wheel if someone want to buy the wheel. Help fund the repairs on the car. $100. Hash of this, aren't I? This is action cam for you. Listen to that V8. It's good, eh? I like hearing that in the morning when I start the ute up. Anyway, so no, I'll get the tyre pulled off. We'll check it out. We'll see how it goes, and maybe put it on another rim, pump it up, make sure it looks all right. Perfectly good for a spare for like just fun days or whatever. Don't think it's going to have any issues. It's not got any deep cuts in it. It's not going to explode on the racetrack or anything like that. Or we might just give it to some drifting boys and get another tyre. The tyres we get looked after. They don't cost that much in the scheme of things. Certainly, considering the price versus the risk of one actually exploding at 200k an hour, it's not a tyre I would run if I was going for good times at track. Put it that way. That's still sitting there looking busted. Let's go and get some plastic for the front signboard and that trim on it, and I'll see if I can call into Auto Mint. That's the guys we deal with for our signs. We'll get a little bit more fake carbon fibre, and we'll probably tidy up a couple of things. If I can get that wheel, if I've got those wheels at DTM, I'll get a wheel and tyre for the back. We can get off the trailer in the workshop and get on with doing things nicely. Alright, so outside Ulrich Aluminium, just telling you about the board we need to get. So that's where I get it from in Hamilton, and we've got a little cap, the cap that goes around the edge to make everything look tidy. Whole deal, sheet and the cap was like 120 bucks. So, excuse the wind noise. So that's not bad. Like I say, this is it's part of the reason why things have been built the way they've been built. Materials have been used. Keeping that in mind, you know, it's a car that we want to jump in, have a bit of fun with on various days, and not stress too much. You know, shit happens. You bang into a wall. You don't want to be going, oh yep, let's go and buy $1,000 worth of carbon fibre sheet to replace the front splitter. That's it's fine when you've got that sort of bankroll to do these things. We don't, so we'll do it with signboard. There's 120 bucks to fix it. We'll make it a little bit bigger, this time if we can. The issue I've got is the sheet actually runs across the car, because the car is, well, whatever it is, 1.9 wide, I think it is, 1.9 meters, something like that is wide. So obviously a 1200 wide sheet is not going to run lengthwise on the car. You have to run it across, but then you've only got a depth of 1200 front to back on the vehicle, so we can only make the front hang out a certain amount. I think we might actually be there already, so it might take some clever engineering. We might have to copy the Metro 6R4 and the I think the Audis did as well, with a special little wing out the front, give us some more downforce on the front of the car at lead foot. That'll look pretty cool, and we can do that. And we could actually leave it on there for Superlab. The rules allow for us to do that if we build it the right size. So, called into PB Tech. Shouldn't be giving them a plug. They're not the best to deal with at times. Look, we're going to have head cam soon. That's going to be cool, eh? You'll be able to see what I'm doing while I'm working. Might be a bit shaky and all that, but whatever. So I want to get this beastie off the trailer. We still don't have a roundy thing to attach onto there. So we'll go to plan B, and we'll go to site B, I guess we'll call it. This is our other little garage we've got at home here, with all sorts of things in here. VK45DE that's not really finished. Another one that's not really finished. But we've got this twin turbo 1997 300 ZX. Pretty nice car. It's wifey's car. It hasn't been driven in like 3 years. There we go. Well, it's getting a bit grubby in there actually from sitting around for so long. A little bit of condensation causing mould and stuff. It's got the 2K headlights in it, Xeon headlights and all that sort of stuff. But the important thing is, it's got some 18-inch wheels on there, and I know these clear over those Akebono brakes because I've had them on the car before. So we're just going to quickly steal this wheel off here, and then we can get the car off the trailer and into the garage and get on with everything we need to do. Don't tell wifey, I'm not supposed to be tinkering with her car. Never mind. Back in the workshop, and no wheel alignment or anything, just put the rods back to the length that I thought they should be. We're not looking too bad. That's obviously got a little bit of positive camber on that wheel. It won't be heaps. I'll put my digital inclinometer on that shortly and see where we're at. I think the top camber mount has moved. You'll see that one's set all the way in to give it as much negative as possible there, and then we've corrected it with the bottom arm to do what we want to do. Whereas on this side, it's a long way out from fully negative, so there's actually heaps of room to correct it anyway. We'll figure out where it needs to be. I can't do that without the correct size wheel on it, well, not easily anyway, because ideally you need the car sitting on the ground with the weight on it and stringline it and blah blah blah, all that stuff. So for now I'll get it up in the air. I can't use a hoist unfortunately, so it's just going to have to be a big ass jack stands. Get it up in the air as far as I can, get all the panels off underneath, see where we're at, make sure there's nothing bent or broken or busted that was caused by the crash or caused the crash. It's unlikely there's actually anything wrong with the car. It felt alright as far as just getting it off the trailer and coming around the corner and feeling everything all binding up, meaning that all four wheels are driving, so it's probably not going to find any nasty surprises there, and it's really just get on with it, make sure there's nothing else that we don't know about that's going to cause a problem at Leadfoot. And then, alright, action cam. I don't know if this will even work. Must be looking in the ballpark. How about I do one that's actually got a screw in it? Might be better. So we actually went to the trouble of countersinking all these screw holes, and then I went to the trouble of ruining it. It's a bit of a shame, isn't it? So this is actually from the ramps of the trailer. The car's just a touch too low and I'm a touch too lazy, and I keep banging it on there without using my secondary ramps that actually do give it enough room. And the reason I don't bother is I kind of figured that eventually the split will get ruined somehow anyway. Who would have thought? That's pretty ruined. Never mind. We're good. We'll carry on. I'll get all the rest of this off. Well, that fell off. There we go. We might as well have a look at our fuel system. Looks alright. It's fine. No reason why it wouldn't be fine. Our panel's got a little bit of a whack there. Just where that bolt is there. Might have a bit of an issue there. That's quite dented. So I better fix that up. That's pretty important. That's our mount for our transfer case. So I better deal with that. Sorry if everything's sideways. It's because I'm lying under the car sideways. Right, she's pretty late. I better get inside. I'll get told off by wifey. But anyway, it's all apart, mostly apart anyway. There's the trashed splitter. Not looking very happy. Pretty dirty in there anyway. I needed it clean, so it might be easier to make a new one than clean that. Ha ha, funny. Took all the panels off the front of the car, just have a really good close look around. make sure everything's good, check the strut tower and all that sort of carry on, and all my gussets and all that. So there is a small issue. Let's see if we can see that. Check that out. So it's not the rod end and it's not the knuckle. What it's done is there's been so much of a whack on there, it's actually stretched that bolt. So that's going in the bin. If you were foolish, you would tighten that up and think, oh, she'll be sweet, and then it'll snap and you'll die. I haven't done the toe settings yet. I've been focusing on the camber on the back here, but we've got that pretty sweet. That's no weight on it, basically zero camber. Gets a little bit of camber when you put it on the ground. They've done a little bit of a repair for us there on that, let's call it diffuser support. So this whole corner was punched in quite significantly, and you know, I haven't worried about trying to make it look perfect. There's still some marks in it and stuff from dollies and hammers, etc. But that's the original part of the car. It's repaired, it's back in there. That's pretty good, you know. We could just make a new piece and put it on there, but it's not what it's all about sometimes. So that's actually the original tail light, the one that was broken, and you have to get pretty close to it. In fact, I can't see it myself. Oh, there it is. There's a little crack there. Someone was kind enough, I don't know who it was, but thank you whoever, picked up that little piece of the tail light and gave it back to me. So hey, it's only 40 bucks for a tail light, or we may not have even had to have paid for one from Nissan King, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Still the original tail light, so damage done, not so bad, not so bad. Most of the parts will still be there. The bumper, now don't be fooled by this stuff here. Some of that was actually already there. It wasn't the tidiest bumper in the world. Old whoever it was, grandma or granddad who owned the car that I bought to get a lot of the parts for this one, had a few shopping trolley dings in it, stuff like that. So we've got a little bit of a tear down the bottom here, but I'm thinking we can still make the car look tidy. We'll just shift this line like that, something like that. I'll think about that later on, or just leave it as it is and say, oh, you know, what do you expect? Some idiot crashed it into a wall. It's going to need repairing. So this is the diffuser on the back. I stood on that corner just to pull it a little bit straighter while it was still on the car. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. So obviously this is bottomed out on the ground. Based on the big long scratches here, that's probably when we were putting it back on the trailer, dragging its broken back end along the ground. That happens. Pretty sure we put the ramp under the car so we could get the rear wheel square, so it wasn't going to fall off on the way home. So that's probably just from the ramp. But I mean, that's only a tiny little bit of aluminium. I can fold that up and make that in about 20 minutes or something like that. So I'm going to get the hammer and dolly out and bash this around and get it back into shape. It shouldn't take too much. I'm going to have to do a small repair there to put another rev nut in there. We'll see how we'll go. I might be able to shrink that hole back down enough that it'll be alright. This one here, yeah, nah. So we'll have to do a quick weld. So welding a little piece there. A little bit of shrinking along there probably to get that all square again. That'll do. That's pretty good. Bit of planishing they call it, and a bit of polishing, and you will never know. We've got our wheel back, our new wheel. There's a dead wheel. We've got our new wheel. It's up on stands, in gear, just idling away in first gear. You can just see a tiny wobble in that front left wheel, but the hubs are all true. That's really good. So it's all good. External kill switch works. That's good. So that's the bulk of our issues resolved at this point. You can see the back of the car, apart from the little split in the corner of the bumper there, and a few scratches in that general area, which it had anyway. Old grandma who had the March beforehand, she wasn't the best driver, I don't think. You can actually see there's some marks on that side as well. And that's the original paint from the silver car that this was built from. So if you look hard enough, you can see, if you know what you're looking for, you can see marks in the panels where it was damaged. But considering this area here, this was I don't know, it was up here somewhere, wasn't it? It was quite bashed up. I think that's pretty acceptable for a race car. From 3 or 4 feet away, she's good. So what a mission. Not finished yet. I've still got all the prep work for Leadfoot to do. I've got to go through everything, clean everything. I may even change the engine oil, although it's clean as a whistle and that's fine, you know, it hasn't done that much running time. So just a shout out to the guys at Top Town for organising a wheel. They, like I say in the previous video, I think they actually didn't have any stock and it was on its way from, might be Taiwan or China or wherever it comes from, and they were good enough to organise getting a display wheel from one of their dealers elsewhere in the country. And there's actually another one that'll be here on Monday, and we'll use that as a spare, or potentially I think we'll put that on the car, so we'll have 2 brand new wheels on the car, and we'll use this one that I've managed to put a slight kink in it just here. It's nothing, it's not a big deal, you know, but let's use this one as a spare, I guess. And there might be a bit of a mark in the sidewall there. Better to have that as the spare tyre than as a tyre on the car, a wheel on the car rather. So yeah, enjoy your weekend. I will carry on with mine, working on this. Got to get all knocked on the head, and then if early next week we get our diff back for the Gloria for a test fit to make sure it's all going to work. So that's going to be great to get on with that and earn some money instead of spending it all the time. Might have a talk with Hamilton windscreens, and we might do something about our window before Leadfoot, but I guess if I do that we're going to lose my banner that I've literally just put on a couple of days ago. It's not that much of a crack left there anyway, is there? Put a bigger banner on it maybe. We only need half the window on this. Alright, cheers. Like, share, subscribe. I will carry on. There's still some stuff to do down here. I've got to put that wheel back on wifey's car, and we've got to make a new splitter, and I've got to put all that, yes it is just thrown on the floor, I've got to put all that back on the front.